Welcome to a brand new episode of Picking Up the Pixels RPG Love. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me, as always, is Musum.
Hello.
Quick plug here for our Patreon page, patreon.com/e1m1 or e1m1.cash. The $5 a month tier is the recommended one, and that gets you everything exclusive, uncensored audio, early access, all the great stuff over there at e1m1.cash. Musum, what have you been playing this past month?
Truthfully, a lot of the past week or two has been our game club game. So,
Mm,
for the listeners, Diablo's our game club game. You can get it on GOG. I've been playing with the Devolution patch, which is free on GOG. So
I think that
that's my
was we
recommendation.
kind of discovered that was the recommended place to pick this up is GOG because it has like all of the updates and the patches. It was like less than $10, and it had an easy way for you to mod the like Devolution pack, the HD uh, texture pack or whatever. Like it seemed like it was kind of
Yeah,
the easiest way to get things going.
yeah. It was incredibly easy. So just
Yeah.
FYI, check out our thoughts here in a couple weeks on the newest Diablo one.
Yep. The hottest
Uh,
new titles.
yeah. So I played a bit more of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Okay.
Um, I may have to stop playing this game.
Okay.
It's man, it like how do I put this? I'm trying to remember where I left off last time. So it, I was playing on Steam Deck. It's borderline unplayable on Steam Deck. One of the screws on my processor that was holding down the heat sink
Mm-hmm.
was kind of broken. So
Okay.
it was the processor was heating up further than it should. So we fixed that and then reapplied thermal paste
I
and all that. My
also had a
computer,
processor issue a couple weeks ago too, where my like heatsink to the radiator cooling thing just died completely, and my computer wouldn't boot because my CPU got to 100 degrees Celsius. I was like,
yeah,
okay, great, let's replace that. Jesus.
yeah, that's man, it's scary.
Yeah.
And that is what I went through because I would start up Vampire and it wouldn't even get to the start screen
Huh.
and it would shut my computer down. Um, So, after we fixed it, it seemed like it was working. Like we played for a few minutes, and then I discovered that with me trying to find a save game with combat, I accidentally overwrote the autosave and lost about like an hour or two
Oh
of
no.
gameplay, which you're gonna find is just the theme for me this last month in video games, by the way. Um, so, anyway, so I went back and played it, and I think I played for a couple hours straight, and I was out at where I left off, and then it shut down my computer again.
Great.
Which, in Oklahoma right now, we're experiencing 110-degree temperatures.
Oh, fun.
Um, it is not great, and my air conditioning in the house cannot keep up with it, and
Right.
our utility bills are a nightmare.
Yep. Ditto.
Um, so basically after it crashed there, like that one was a different crash in that my computer wouldn't, I had to literally wait 10 minutes for my computer to cool down before it would boot up,
Oh, jeez.
uh, which was very scary.
Yeah.
I cannot afford a new computer. I don't
For
want to take on another line of credit.
Also, thankfully, to our AI nightmare that we're currently living in, no one can afford a new computer
I, you know,
for
I
a
wasn't
lot
even
of
thinking about
reasons.
that part.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's, you know, it, how many things can they introduce to suck up all the computer parts in the market?
I know.
First it was freaking crypto, now it's AI,
Yep.
and what's next? It's probably an AI crypto. They're probably going to team up if they haven't already.
Probably. Oh god.
Um, anyway, but from the parts of the game I played, like I really like it. I think I gotta wait to have money and a sale for like PlayStation or Xbox or
Yeah.
something. And man, I don't want to start the game over, but I think that's probably what I got to do.
Yeah.
So then I had a trip, and last podcast you entered. Well, one of the games you talked about was Dungeon Antiqua, I think, in our releases category.
Ah, yes.
Um, and I watched a trailer for that. I'm like, oh, this is 1000% for me.
Yep.
So um, I bought 1 and 2 for Steam Deck for like $10 total, I think, maybe
Oh, that's a
$9.
steal.
Yeah, like they are not expensive games to begin with. I haven't played the second one yet. The first one I beat. I have not, like, the way the game is done is you once you beat the main storyline, there's some extra special equipment you can go and get through special bosses, and I don't
Mm,
think I'm ever going to mess with that, honestly.
sure.
So I have a lot of mixed feelings about this game.
Okay.
From reading up on it online, this game is primarily based on Wizardry 2,
Mm,
which Wizardry 2 as a there are things about Wizardry 2 I did not realize.
okay.
This game was released in the 80s for PC, and I assume, whatever the Apple platform they were coming out was
Hmm.
for back then. But Wizardry 2 required you to import characters from Wizardry 1 to play it, which
Oh,
is
interesting.
super wild to think of a
Yeah.
no internet age. And what if you didn't buy the first one and it sold like 2 to 3 times more copies as the first one or something like that? It's
Interesting. I don't think I knew that. That's wild.
Yeah. So evidently a lot of this game is just allegedly verbatim that game.
Oh, okay.
And it's a better and worse scenario. So it is a dungeon crawler. Like, I've said Wizardry. You could also bring up Bard's Tale, or I'm not going to remember the other one. But, any of those
A little
80s first
like
person ones.
Dragon Quest 1 and 2, like that kind of. There's some DNA in there, it looks like, too.
It definitely looks that way. And that was the kind of the next part I was going to bring up is to me, mechanically, it's like Wizardry and Bard's Tale, but
Mm,
visually, it's very JRPG like in that you have
right.
your 5 characters on the screen, you input commands, they take their turn, then the enemies take their turn.
Like Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, I think visually it looks a lot like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There are 10 classes in the game, and this is where a lot of my frustrations come from.
Mm,
So there are differences between male and female stats in the game.
okay.
First off, which is a little irritating.
Sure.
Second off, they have alignment. You can be good, neutral, or evil,
Mm.
and there are class restrictions for those. And a good character can't be in a party with an evil character, and vice versa.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So the ninja class is solely an evil class.
Hmm.
But if you find a very rare item called the Thieves' Knife, then you can change a character into a ninja, I guess, is what I've read online.
Gotcha.
I did not find that. I kind of gave up on having a thief.
Mm.
The Oh man, right. So with the male and female differences, it's kind of what you'd expect. Like the males are better at the physical classes, and the females are better at the magic classes.
Mm.
But I did not realize that when I started because I thought we were playing a modern game.
Right. It's it is true to its influences in kind of all the good and bad ways.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Um, the So really, those are my frustrations. The parts I really love about it is you don't have a mini map because your screen's your map. Like you can see your character
Right.
walking on the screen. Um, every time you go into a level, while the layout of the level doesn't change, uh, there's a bunch of rooms that may or may not have chests in it, for instance. That's different every time.
Oh, okay.
Um, Anytime you sell a new item to the item shop then offers, that's now an item they can sell to you permanently,
Oh,
um,
that's cool. Okay.
which is very, that I have not seen since like playing a Wizardry or Bard's Tale game because they very
Yeah.
much did that, except usually their stock was based on the quantity you sold them.
Hmm.
Um, you can save anywhere in the game, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Um, you, gosh, what else to say about this thing? Um, there are basically 5 dungeon levels, and the game doesn't explain a lot of, well, really anything to you
Mm.
so much after you make your characters. And some of it I was kind of neat to discover, and some of it I was like, why didn't you just tell me that? Like, so
Right.
yeah, like there's no overall map button, but once you get 2 particular spells, there's a shortcut key you can press to have an overall map button.
Oh.
But nothing in the game tells you that. I randomly found that while I can't remember. I think I got stuck on one of the later levels. I'm like, what in the world am I supposed to do? And found out that tidbit, and it's like, man, that would makes life a lot easier.
Right.
Um, the One of the really cool things is once a character learns a spell, they just have the spell. So no matter what class you change them to, they have those spells unlocked,
Oh, okay.
uh, which is pretty cool. Like if I were to continue playing my run on one, I'd take my mages and make them fighters, and swap everyone so everyone can have everything type of thing.
And if you
Um,
change classes, do you have kind of the typical job ability swapping of like, well, now I'm a fighter that knows how to cast fire.
yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, there's no like you don't equip skills or anything like that. He just has those spells unlocked.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, great.
Yeah, there's no. It's very, in a lot of ways, it's very basic. It's very straightforward.
Right.
There's no, like the thief has some extra abilities, uh, but that might be it. If
Okay.
anything else is extra, then it's like a passive thing. The stats kind of confused me on what would transfer and what wouldn't. Like it
Mm.
seems like whenever you go to a new class and go to level one, their stats, some of them go down and some of them don't.
Oh,
That
okay.
was a little confusing, um, but yeah, no, like exploring the dungeon has all the old things. It doesn't have any like dark areas necessarily where you're blind, but
Mm.
it is a
Does
lot
it
of
have any
false
like
walls.
traps where you step on a tile and it warps you to somewhere else or turns you around or
Oh yeah,
something? Okay.
it does.
Okay.
But it marks them on your map once you hit them.
Oh, okay. That's
So
good.
yeah, like it kind of the self-mapping feature of this thing is awesome. Honestly,
Yeah.
like that is the really fun part of the game to me. Filling out the map, getting around, surviving. I
Going a
do
little
wish
deeper every run.
yeah, they don't have like an outright teleport spell, and you don't unlock the elevator till the end of the game. So that's kind
Mm.
of annoying.
Okay.
Uh, But they do have a spell. I don't remember the name of it, but you basically pick a point on the map and then hold a button down, and your character will go to that point in the map if there's a path to it that you can see.
Oh, huh.
Uh,
Okay.
so generally, when you're like, "Oh crap, it's time to leave," if you don't have the dungeon memorized, then you can just cast that and you'll walk over there. Um, there's no magic points. It's just quantities. Like Final Fantasy 1 or something.
Oh, okay.
Uh, and you get quite a few spells as you go, but. Uh, Overall, I did really enjoy this game, even if
Mm.
some of the barriers to classes and things like that kind of irritated me.
Right.
Like the goal is you got to find these 5 ancient artifacts and take them to level 5, basically.
Okay.
Um, and there's not a lot there. It's mostly just a fun dungeon crawler you can beat in probably 5 hours or less.
Okay.
Uh,
That's not bad. Are
yeah,
you
yeah.
are you looking forward to playing the second game now that you kind of liked the first game, even though there's some not shortcomings, but like some frustration points?
Um, I don't know. I've been trying to answer that question since I beat it. Like,
Right.
So this game, like I was mainly playing this. Like I went to Chicago a few weeks ago for a vacation, and that is mostly when I played it. So it was the perfect like airplane game,
Right.
travel game. I don't think I ever played it on public transportation, but also I was playing on Steam Deck, and that thing is 10 pounds.
Right. But it's also like not the thing where you need to like. It's not a competitive first-person shooter where you have to do like
Exactly.
Twitch stuff. It's just like a turn-based RPG.
Yeah, like it's to me this is the perfect travel game. So like the next time I travel, I will probably play through the second one.
Sure.
I don't know that I'm not. I think I got so annoyed because I discovered a lot of the class stuff near the end of the game,
Mm-hmm.
and that really kind of put me off. And I don't know that they're going to alleviate that. Like, because whoever made this, from what I've read online, clearly just is in love with Wizardry 2.
Okay.
Evidently, like I keep meaning to look up screen grabs of Wizardry 2 to see if Wizardry 2 looks like this, because
Let me look up
they were very determined that these games were similar. And I've never like I think I played Wizardry 6 or 7. I can't remember. It was one of the
right.
early '90s ones, and they were pretty. It was still that game style in terms of like the original first-person dungeon crawler, but it's pretty advanced.
I have a Wizardry 2 long play up here.
Oh, he doesn't look anything like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wizardry 2 is first person. Like definitely that kind
Yeah.
of first person dungeon crawling stuff we saw a lot on like PC, Super NES, Genesis, that sort
Yeah.
of era of games. Um,
I need to put more research into this, but overall, I do like Dungeon Antiqua, and I think if you think it even might be your type of game, I think it costs like $5. Like, and
yeah, I was just looking
they're
on PlayStation. It's on sale right now for $7.50. Normally it's just
yeah,
$9, so it's like it's pretty reasonably priced, I think, overall.
yeah. It's I did overall enjoy it, even though the class stuff annoyed me. And I know two is supposed to have like I don't know 15 or 20 classes.
Okay,
Um, I'm sure they still do the male female differences, which annoy me too. But
sure.
uh, it's also like they do have mechanics in the game where you can like swap a character's alignment and things. Like you will find like characters you can recruit or buy stuff from in the dungeon, and I guess if you kill them, your alignment will change to evil. Um,
Okay, sure.
so you could theoretically like set up a bunch of a good team and a bad team, and then get all the classes you want. You just won't be able to have a ninja in the same party as a bishop, for instance.
Right.
At least I don't. Or maybe there is a evil bishop. Maybe it's the Lord. I don't remember. There's only 10 classes. You can look it up.
Right.
Uh, but no, I really like this game. I think it's really charming, and I hope I hope they keep making them, honestly.
Yeah,
So, but it may be a little bit before I start the second one.
sure. That makes
Um,
sense.
and then the last game I played is Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance.
Okay.
Um, despite that I own a sealed Switch copy and an open Switch copy, and that wait, no, this is Vengeance. I own a sealed PlayStation 5 copy. They had it on sale for like $18 on the PlayStation Store, so I
Oh,
just
that's a
bought it then.
steal.
Um, and so my copy can remain sealed. Um,
There you go.
so I am so on. Right when you start the game, you pretty quickly get two path
I
offerings.
forgot about that.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like one of them's the original path, and one of them's the Vengeance path. From what I've read online, the Vengeance path is actually supposed to be like narratively more engaging.
That's what I've heard.
Um,
Yeah.
but I never beat the original one, so I wanted to do that.
Sure.
So I picked that. I just figured New Game Plus, I can do a Vengeance playthrough later. Um, I am not quite so when I was on Switch, they put you in that big desert area. I think it's the
Yeah.
Netherworld, what's called. and you're there for a long time,
Yeah.
like probably a dozen hours at least. Um, and on Switch, I finally got to the next area. I am not quite that far yet. I'm not too far away from it. Like,
Okay.
I think the next boss I have to beat is like level 22 or 24, and I think once I beat them, I will be able to go there. But um, there are there are an obscene amount of side quests in this game.
Yeah.
Um, it Gosh, I don't know what's with my brain. So most of the month I've been getting more and more irritated at this game because it doesn't have autosave and I kept forgetting it. So I probably lost like 5 or 6 hours of play because I keep forgetting about that.
Mm.
But you can save anywhere, so it's a lot of why didn't you guys just put autosave in here?
That's
Like
right.
I failed the fight. Like give me an option to either start before the encounter or start at the beginning of the fight. Like you do on the other games.
Yeah,
But
it's the kind of stuff that's, I feel like for most RPG developers is pretty standard at this point, especially for like larger profile. I almost called SMT5 a big budget JRPG. I don't think it really is. Um, but I feel like the majority of like Atlas, Square Enix, the kind of big JRPG developers at this point, if you fail a battle, especially a boss battle, typically it'll be like, we reround time a little bit. You're just standing right in front of the boss. You can just try it again. Like we rolled you back a couple minutes, but not having that, I feel like at the same time is a Shin Megami Tensei feeling thing of just like, hey man, you didn't save. You faced this boss before you could. I'm sorry, man. You lost an hour. That's SMT, baby. It's just like, yeah, but does it need to be now? Like,
yeah,
yeah,
that is
come on,
that
man.
is my feeling on it. That is
Yeah,
exactly my feeling on it. Like, especially since I can literally save anywhere. Like, how much?
right.
uh, You were already adding all this other stuff to the game. Just give me an autosave. But
Yep,
oh well. I have adapted. I think.
yep.
Um, just constantly have. Oh crap! I need to save. Okay, I
That's
need to
right.
save every 2 minutes.
Yep.
Um, But so I was getting annoyed because I was losing time, and I was getting annoyed because the map is fairly confusing.
Yeah, it really
There's a
is.
lot of verticality throughout the level, and you unlock these kind of teleport points. But to unlock most of the teleport points, you have to get your little NPC helper that you find to like okay, so you're followed around by this. I don't know what they are. We'll call them a fairy. They're not pixie,
Yeah.
but they're something like that. And they will mark points on your map where they think they have found something, and that something can either be an item, an enemy, or a teleport point, and you don't know which.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so you got to click on those, and there's a lot of quests you can't beat unless you find the teleport points, and the teleport points might be around where like you might be looking at a ledge and you're like, how do I get up there? And you might find a teleport point near it, or you may be like on the other side of the map and find a teleport point to it. Like
Oh,
there's
okay.
just no rhyme or reason to it.
Right.
So I was getting frustrated at all these open quests. I couldn't figure it out, and then I had a friend come over last night. And I was complaining to him about it. I'm like, here, I'm just going to show you. And then I immediately cleared out like 4 quests and like like just the airing of grievances made everything better. So
That's right.
I was reaching a I don't know if I'm going to play this game anymore point, and now I think I've hit a okay. I think I'm fine now. I think I can
Right.
breathe. The other neat slash frustrating aspect of this game is they so you're nerfed in a lot of ways, which is not abnormal for like a Shin Megami Tensei or even Persona game, where you have to
Yeah.
reach a certain level to hold a certain number of demons or things like that. The thing that annoys me is they included the amount of skills the main character and the demons can hold in that.
Oh, huh.
So so like when you start, I think the demons can only hold like 4 or 5 skills at most.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you have to find a certain currency. Well, you have to find two things. Uh, you have to be like they have these giant kind of red things. They're like these eyeball wall things that will summon demons, and you just got to dodge the demons, get to the wall, and hit it. And once you beat it, it'll unlock all these skills you can buy. And some of those skills are hold more demons. Some of those skills are now you get a +1 to your fire attacks. Some of them are like some of the traditional items, like I think it's the Estoma, which turns off encounters. So now that can be a skill that you can buy.
Oh,
But you have to find this currency called glory to buy any of the skills. And I have right now, like I feel like all of my demon fusions are just got to be redone later because they can only hold 6 skills, and they very clearly need like 8 to be fully realized.
Sure.
And I don't know when I'm going to find that skill. I suspect it's not on this map because I think I've defeated all the big demon wall looking thingies. And glory's pretty rare too. You really just find either glory randomly. Well, not randomly. They have, you'll find little glowy points in the environment on occasion that are pre-scripted to be there. That will give you some, and those are rare because they give you like 50. And then, but the main way you get them is you find little. They're called Memen. They're just these little red guys.
Oh, I remember them. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're hunting them for the shop guy. I forget his name. He's kind of neat looking. He's like a green guy with a little crown and looks incredibly evil. But anyway, so another big difference about this game is you can swap in and out your affinities. As you go throughout the level and level up demons, you will gain their essence. You can only hold one of each demon essence, and it's like a usable item, and you can get more of them, later. But once you get the essence, you can either grab a skill or an affinity from them. So if you know you're going to go fight a boss that just shoots a bunch of fire, then, swap essences with a demon who is immune to fire.
Okay.
So I do like that system quite a bit. I'm never going to remember where, like some of these essences you will find on like stationary objects in the environment, and I will never remember where those are. So I really hope I don't need to, but it's an SMT game. There's going to be like 500 of these things.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I mean, the game looks amazing. Like it's, I thought it looked good on Switch, but man, on PlayStation 5, man, it is just crazy breathtaking. I am ready for a new environment though. I'm sick of the sun-scorched desert.
Yeah, it's a real bummer that the game starts in an environment that, like, it looks good. Like you said, it is a good-looking game. It's just you spend so much time in this area, and I feel like when I think of an SMT game, I'm kind of always thinking of like a ruined, half-destroyed modern city that isn't so deserty as SMT5. It's more like I'm in something that used to be a school, and then there's like, but it's broken in half, but then somehow we're going in the basement of the school, and now we're in the sewers and fighting through there. It's never sticking with one area this often, as often as SMT5 does, really.
Yeah. Honestly, this first area very much feels like Dragon Age Inquisition, whatever that first area was.
Right.
Where they packed so much stuff into it, and I really, it just goes too long. You need a new something before then, and I'm level 20 something, and I'm still in this area. So
right, and that's wild.
Yeah, that's a long time. Like compare that to SMT3. Like they have some desert areas in SMT3, but it's really just kind of the map. Like you're the little arrow icon thingy, and then you
Yeah,
go into the
do you
school.
have any of that in 5 that you've seen yet? That little like arrow with a little circle like person icon?
So when you start in 5, you are in like a modern day Tokyo,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
that's
you
right.
have
I
it
forgot
there.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think at some point you get to go back to that, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I'm not to that point yet.
Right.
Which, you know, I, it's funny. Like I know more about the story than they've told me so far because of my time on the Switch version.
Right.
And so far they've told me virtually nothing in the game about
Right.
the story. It's no, you're in modern, and then you walk into a tunnel, and suddenly you're in this weird demon-infested place, and oh, there's an
Yeah.
angel carrying off this annoying-looking guy, and good luck.
It's a lot different from like a lot of the other games of like 3 is kind of famous for its intro of like and then the world ended. Here we go. It's like okay, cool. 4 is one of my favorites for reasons that I like I'm not going to spoil, but that the entirety of that was I think a really good payoff. Hopefully 5 will get there at some point. But 4's payoff was really good of like, no, we're actually in one area for a really long time. And then when you kind of get the whole game's story unveiled, and it's like, oh, dang, okay, great. That was a really cool way, like method of taking advantage of your environment.
Yeah, man, I never beat 4 either. I got pretty far in that game, and I never played Apocalypse either.
Yeah, I never got to around to Apocalypse either because I feel like I just thinking about Apocalypse. I know it's basically a sequel to 4, but I feel like there was so much misinformation when it came out about it seemed like it was going to be like a Persona 3 Fest sort of situation of like it's the same game, it's just got a little bit of extra stuff on the end. I was like, no, it's a completely different game. They just
Yeah,
it just also is seems to be SMT4. Like it's just
yeah,
very confusing.
yeah. I gotta tell you, playing Chrono Trigger for a game club the other month,
Hmm.
I really reawakened my willingness to play the DS. Like I feel like some of those
Yeah.
games might be in my future.
Man, I don't think I
Like I
ever
have the
got
original.
around to finishing Strange Journey either, with that, which I think I would absolutely adore.
Man, I really loved Strange Journey, and from what I remember right from 15 years ago, is I just got to a dungeon where it just got too difficult to figure out how to get anywhere in the
Yeah,
dungeon. Like it was like the whole floor is in darkness and there's spinners,
yes,
like
that's
which
right.
are
Yep.
for people who don't know, a spinner, like when you're in a first person dungeon, is a square you walk onto and it will randomly spout you off. Like no matter what direction you try to get off of it, it's going to put you a random direction out.
Yeah.
So it is insanely difficult to figure out where you're actually supposed to be going.
Yep.
But the story in particular for Strange Journey, I thought was super freaking cool.
Yeah.
But like, I got Soul Hackers for the DS or 3DS or whatever it was that it came out for,
Right.
and
I've got Soul Hackers 2 that I put I don't know, maybe 5 hours into and thought, all right, this is pretty good, and then kind of never finished it.
I, Soul Hackers 2 irritated me. but but Soul Hackers 1 at the time at least felt like it had some potential. But it
Yeah.
very much was that Persona 1 or 2 style game from what I remember.
Yeah.
Um,
A real classic Atlas title.
yeah. Which also, speaking of more games that I wish I had played, Persona 1, Persona 2, Persona
Yeah.
2, both versions of it, I guess we'll just say.
Yep.
Um, I, although I don't actually want to play Persona 1 again. I just want to beat it and say I did it.
That's right.
Persona 1's pretty bland for those that haven't played it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's very much the
Yeah,
like band's first album sort of thing of like it's not very good, but they're figuring it out.
yeah. It's Persona 2 had that rumors mechanic that I
Yeah.
just loved. I really wish they would find a way to bring some of that stuff back. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool. Like,
Maybe Persona 6, you never know. I mean,
Yeah,
we probably know, but you never know.
yeah. They always want to kind of reinvent. They always want to take it up like a pretty significant notch when they do a new entry. So they're
Right.
going to do something.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, that is all I've been playing. So Boston, what you got?
Nothing, man. It's just like
Oh,
I
yeah,
I I'm like really struggling with RPGs right now, and I I think I figured out part of my problem with like pulling the trigger with starting an RPG, and maybe something like Dungeon Antiqua might be more my speed of like this is less than 10 hours. Is I was thinking about it when I was playing Strange Scaffold's new game. It's called Truckhoon is Supporting Me from Another World. Um, and that's like a 4 hour game. And you know it's going to be a 5 minute tutorial at the most. And you're just going to get in and you're going to have a couple of hours to play. You can probably finish it in the afternoon and you'll be done and you'll have like a really tight kind of focused experience. And I'm like so worried about starting. Like I haven't even played Final Fantasy 16, and I'm like so worried about starting so many of these games because I'm not in the mood right now to start an RPG and it'd be like don't the tutorial is like 10 hours, but after that it gets really good and like you eventually like get the world map and all of that. And it's just like
yeah,
I don't want to get that invested in something. And I don't have a ton of time to play stuff off of stream at the moment, so that's kind of a restriction there as well. So like if I'm going to start a big JRPG, I'm going to be playing it on stream for weeks and weeks and weeks, which I'm not sure is kind of the thing that I'm looking for. So
yeah.
I got to find something. Dungeon Antiqua might be a really good one to play on like my portal, maybe at night, because that doesn't matter if your connection to your PS5 is solid or not. Um, it it would be great if I had a Steam Deck, but I think that ship has sailed for Steam Deck prices after they got increased. Because the Steam Deck is great, but I think you can look at the Steam Deck's like specs and the price, and after the price increase, and be like, well, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I wouldn't like my Steam Deck's a little janky. I've dropped it a decent amount, and I I'm at a point where if I'm going to buy another Steam Deck, they better have a major hardware upgrade.
Right.
Like it's time, and that thing weighs a ton, and
Yeah.
I don't really have a desire to buy a Switch 2, but when I hold one of my friend's Switch 2s, it's like, man, this is so light.
That's right. Look at this thing.
It is
Well, and there's also like
similarly spec.
I know someone's gonna say, well, there are other Steam
Yeah,
Deck like devices, and there are, and they're really good, but so many of them, for with our like hardware component nightmare we're living in, the decently spec'd versions of those is like $1,000 plus. And at that point I'm
yeah,
like, well, I'll just buy a Switch 2, or I'll buy like a new computer or something. Like the price doesn't seem like it's and for me, I don't do enough traveling or anything, that I almost would like a device that is just a really solid like Steam streaming device. That would probably be good for my uses, but I don't know what that might be. Not maybe that'll be what I look into, like a good it's probably an Android device. Truthfully, it's probably one of those like Thor devices where it's like it's an emulator and it's a this and it's that. It's got two screens and that sort of thing. Maybe that's what I'm actually looking for now that I'm saying that out loud. Um, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
streaming devices are great. It's, you just like part of my experience with Vampire the Masquerade 2 was my network is like so I have my network set up with two what are they called? Like I got a wireless mesh network,
Oh,
right,
sure.
with two nodes in it, and they are This thing's probably a decade old at this point. I probably need to replace it, but it is intermittent. So you will be in a
Mm,
fight and then it will cut it out and then hopefully it will come back and
right.
sometimes it just completely disconnects and you got to run back to the computer and pause it and
Right.
um
That's
it's
frustrating.
it can be a little janky, but
Yeah.
it works well enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wish there was some sort of like custom firmware community around the PlayStation Portal. Because if there was, that's the screen on that is beautiful. It's just a dual sense with a screen in the middle. So like the form factor, it weighs like a little bit more than I'd like, but I think that's kind of how those things go. But man, if I could just put like a Moonlight uh, connection on that thing to connect to my computer, or like have it run PSP or games or whatever, I'd be set. But nope,
Yeah.
not yet. So
Well, I I think you will like Dungeon Antica. I think that is
yeah,
a safe $5 to $10 bet if you want to go down that road.
yeah, I should try
Uh,
that just for like, because I think I'm in the same position you are after playing Chrono Trigger. Of boy, I really like playing JRPGs, and I really like playing turn-based JRPGs, but so many of them, as I'm getting older, I'm unless it's something huge like Persona 6 or SMT5 or Final Fantasy 16 or something, I'm not necessarily interested at the moment of tucking into a game that's going to be, like, oh, it's a short Persona game. It's only 100 hours this time. It's like, God, yeah, it's probably going to
yeah,
be great the whole time, but like, I just don't know when I'm supposed to fit that sort of thing into my life at the moment. Um,
yeah.
so
I I wish more people would make these little 5 or 10 hour experiences,
yeah,
like the I guess for a short Persona or SMT thing, like you go get the Raidu remake, um, Raidu versus the Soulless Army.
oh,
Uh,
yep.
I think that one's a 50 hour. I mean, that's still a time investment, though,
Yeah,
man.
I played that when it came out originally, and I remember that being a fairly snappy sort of game.
Yeah, like that was the game I really wanted to play, but it was only on sale for $30, so
Mm,
$18 won out.
right. I'm trying to find. I have a game here before we move on to releases. I have a game here on my Steam wish list that I really liked. Here it is, Dungeon Ruins 2, and it's called a dungeon crawler for tired people. And that's all the description is, and it's very much a first-person dungeon crawler, but uh, like all the battling happens automatically, and it's more about your party layout and your like how much you're exploring and stuff like that. And it came out in January of 2025. I think it's a solo Japanese developer, and I've always been really interested in that, and it has 200 very positive reviews on Steam, and I
That's such a
love.
cool art style.
Yeah, it's a very cool art style, and it's like I the just the description of a dungeon crawler for tired people. I'm like, yeah, man, that's me. Like, that's
Man,
you're describing me. Um, so I think
only
that
10
looks.
bucks?
Yeah, it's only ten
Yeah.
bucks. So I, I think part of what I need to do is not to blame myself, but to put the onus on myself a little bit more. That I think I need to widen my net a little bit for, like, ignore the big JRPGs and ignore the
Yeah.
big developers and publishers, because they're going to be making the 70 $80 150 hour JRPG, which will be great when Persona 6 comes out. I will 100% play that when it comes out. But I think at the moment I'm looking for something a little bit more like Dragon Ruins 2, that is a and like Dungeon Antiqua 1 and 2, that's a more kind of modern, shorter less bombastic, less cinematic sort of game. And I think I'm looking for something more like this. So I think I need to look at like Japanese developers, indie developers, that sort of thing, and kind of look at what games are out there that are smaller, that are indie developed, that might be the games that I'm looking at. Especially games along the lines that we've been talking about of like, I'll do it myself titles. Of, we're seeing that one that looks like Chrono Trigger that we've been talking about for months that I will never remember the name of until it comes out. But that
Threads of Time.
Threads of Time, thank you. That's very much a like, okay, well, no one's making another Chrono Trigger or Chrono Cross. Let's just do it ourselves. And I kind of like I should look for more of those of like, hey man, no one's making more wizardry games. Let's just make it ourselves.
Yeah.
We got Dungeon Antiqua. So I think I need to maybe look for more of those. So maybe that'll be my next goal here is what are the short RPGs?
Yes.
So again, that's Dragon Ruins 2 on Steam. That looks like it's a developer here that has kind of put out a bunch of stuff that looks very similar. So go check that out. All right, let's check out our releases here. We have a ton for August 2026, which is surprising. This is where all the RPG releases have been hiding. We're first going to start off with Beast of Reincarnation, coming out on August 4th for PS5, Series consoles, and PC. This will be Game Pass day and date as well. This is the new game from Game Freak, the Pokemon developers. They're making a kind of gritty third-person action RPG, almost like Soulsborne sort of thing. They're calling it a one-person, one-dog action RPG, which is really good. Watching this, I still am not entirely sure how I feel about this game. This is usually a genre that doesn't really appeal to me. I think academically, I'm really interested in this because Game Freak have been so focused on just Pokemon for so long that having them make something else is, I think, really interesting and really fascinating. But I just these like one-on-one action games, especially the like kind of Soulsborne style, just kind of typically don't do it for me. But I'm hoping it'll be good. We'll see here fairly soon because it's going to come out pretty soon. Have you been interested in this one at all?
I hadn't heard of it. It definitely interested me when you said one person, one dog.
Yep.
I'm a little worried about the dog. It's got like a plant tail.
Yeah, it like has a plant tail. It can do a bunch of plant power magic stuff. It's wild.
Or maybe that's the reincarnation. Maybe that's the Beast of Reincarnation. Maybe that's
right.
just stick.
Yeah.
It looks faster than I'm used to thinking of, like a Dark Souls or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe Bloodborne was this fast. I really don't. Those games just aren't for me. Like they require a level of effort I'm not willing to put into a video game in my life.
And a level
So
of parrying that I'm always like, nope, still not getting it. Yikes.
Yeah, like I can't imagine myself picking this up, but if it has the right buzz, and then maybe.
Yeah, maybe the right like difficulty settings of like, help me make this really easy, and then maybe I'm in for it.
Yeah.
Next up here we have Final Fantasy XIV coming out to the Switch 2 on August 4th. If you wanted your MMO obsession on the go, you can have it on the Switch 2. Which I think from everything I've seen from the Switch 2 version, it looks like it runs fairly well. It doesn't seem to be as good looking as the PC version does, but I think that's kind of a given at this point. But if you can make a giant MMO work on the Switch 2, I think that's pretty interesting. We don't really see that often, really. So if there's anyone that's going to try it, it's going to be Square Enix with Final Fantasy 14. So we'll be I'll be keeping an eye on that, but definitely still not playing Final Fantasy 14 because I have like a wife and a child that I'd like to see, and I know I would get all the way into Final Fantasy 14. That's the problem, and I can't do that. I broke the habit with World of Warcraft forever ago, and I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Next up is a game called Kynseed, Kynseed. Comes out on August 14th on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series consoles, and Switch. Came out on PC in 2022. I'm not sure how much of an RPG this is. It does really look like your kind of standard life sim farm thing, and there's some turn-based RPG stuff in here as well, so it kind of seems like it's this mishmash of a ton of stuff of like there's a fishing minigame, you're cooking, you're running a shop, you're doing alchemy, you're going in the dungeon, like you're doing so much stuff in here, and I think it looks really cool. But with how long ago this came out on PC, I hadn't really heard of it before. Is this one that you've heard of before, Misum?
Nope.
Yeah. So I'm kind of surprised because I like life sims a lot, and I'm kind of always keeping an eye out for ones that I think are interesting, and combining something like a life sim like like Stardew Valley and all of that with kind of a turn-based JRPG sounds really interesting. But
Yeah.
we'll see. So that's Kynseed coming out on the 4th. The day after that, speaking of life sims, Fields of Mystria comes out of early access on August 5th on the PC. PC only at the moment, but the developers are kind of like not so secretly saying like, hey, if this does pretty well, we're going to put it out on consoles. But definitely nothing super firm at the moment, but I think you can see the success of especially Stardew Valley and consoles, and probably see this coming out at some point. I listed this here because I'm still kind of not sure how much of an RPG this is, other than it's very much like a life sim, farming sim sort of thing. It does have more magic, kind of more of a magical influence than something like Stardew Valley does. It's a lot more anime influenced as well. But I think I'm curious to check this one out. I'm going to be playing this on stream here once it comes out. So janston.com for more information if you'd like to see my streams. So I'll be seeing how much of an RPG this is. I'd be curious to see if it is going to have any kind of RPG influences, or at the very least a better fighting system than Stardew Valley does, hopefully, because Stardew Valley's combat system is still kind of not great. But we'll see. That's Field of Mystery. That's been in early access for, I think it's about 2 years at this point, and people seem to really, really, really love it. So I'm really excited to dive into this one. It's coming out August 5th. On August 11th, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered comes out on the Switch too. So we talked about this when it came out on everything else, and I think your reaction and everybody else's reaction has sort of been like, yeah, it's Oblivion for all warts and all. It's that game still. So I think if you've never played it and you were interested in it, this new version seems like it's kind of a great place to get started. But they haven't really massively changed what makes that game good and bad at the same time. So
Yeah.
Still Oblivion.
Must be nice just to re-release the same games over and over and over.
Yeah.
And never. I'm sorry. I've
so,
really turned into the bitter Bethesda fan.
No, because like they announced Elder Scrolls 6 years and years ago, and they're still like, yeah, we're working on it. Oh, and also we're working on Fallout 5 now, 6,
Yeah.
whatever the next one. Oh, we're totally working on that too. And it's like, yeah, sure. I'll believe that when I have it in my hands, just like Persona 6, where it's like, okay, I'll see you in 7 to 10 years, man. Like, I know how this
Yeah,
goes. Like, I'm not holding my breath for Elder Scrolls 6. Like, that's a while
yeah.
off. So, I don't know. Next game here, very directly influenced by the Elder Scrolls series, Entropy. Enters early access on August 18th. There's a demo out right now. This is the made by the studio behind Dread Delusion, which you have probably seen because it looks like Morrowind. And so does this game, that kind of like PS2, original Xbox, PC era of like open world kind of first and third person games, with like very chunky polygons, very kind of repeated textures, open world sort of thing. But this one is a turn-based RPG, they say, inspired by classic JRPGs. And I believe it. It looks... I think if you've seen Dread Delusion, you probably know a lot of what this game looks like. If you haven't, and you've played Morrowind, I think you kind of know what this looks like as well. But now it's turn-based, a turn-based RPG. People really loved Dread Delusion, like a lot more than I was expecting. So I might be keeping an eye out on Entropy here, because I think with how much press and how much love the Dread Delusion got, Entropy might be really neat. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up both of these.
yeah,
This seems up my wheelhouse.
yeah. So that early access is coming out August 18th. We were talking about Dungeon Antiqua earlier. Dungeon Antiqua 2 is coming to consoles on August 20th. It'll be coming out on PS5 and Series consoles. I didn't see a Switch release for this, so I don't think that's coming out at the moment. If it is, then I mistyped. But they're very... it's interesting because it looks quite a bit different from the first game, and they say here in the YouTube description, a 2D dungeon RPG featuring graphics and audio reminiscent of the 1990 to 1995 era. So they're kind of like moving from the NES to the Super NES, which I think is really interesting. It seems like it's very similar to the first one. 4 party members instead of 5, it looks like this time. But very much like, hey, we moved from one console generation to the other. So I think that looks pretty interesting. But we'll and both Musum and I will probably get to both of those at some point, and we'll check out what this game has to offer. But that's still available on PC, and now it's coming out on consoles. Next up here is The Witch's Bakery, coming out August 20th on PS5, Series consoles, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. You've probably seen this if you're on social media at all. This is the kind of like Studio Ghibli-styled French inspired a witch is running a bakery and healing people with their magical bread, which... I love video games so much that we can just... I could say that description and be like, yeah, man, totally, sure. The thing about this one is some storefronts have this listed as an RPG and some don't. So I'm not entirely sure how much RPG is in here, or if it is like a store simulator kind of cozy life sim sort of thing. So buyer beware on this one. If it's not an RPG, I kind of can't tell. And so many of the trailers are really focused on kind of running the shop. So I'm not entirely sure. So I think The Witch's Bakery either way looks really cool. You should really check out a trailer for that. It's coming out on August 20th. Speaking of classic RPGs, Brigandine Abyss comes out on August 26th, PS5, Series consoles, Switch 2, and PC. Brigandine is one of those series, like Wizardry, that is so beloved that I have completely missed uh, in every iteration and release it's ever had, which is a real bummer because I think I would like these games quite a bit. They're really like, uh, small enemy unit and player unit tactical RPGs. I think if you played Unicorn Overlord, is that what that one was called?
Yeah.
I think that kind of small unit tactical RPG, I think you're kind of, you'll have a good baseline starting idea of that. And I think this looks really cool. So I gotta find some of these games to check out at some point, because although if any of these games are probably going to be multi-dozens of hours, I'm assuming a tactical RPG probably will. So maybe not this one right now, but that's Brigandine Abyss. Sort of similarly, Star Wars Zero Company comes out August 27th, PS5, Series consoles, and PC. This is a Star Wars, basically Star Wars XCOM. You have your kind of like full cover, you're doing the percentages of shots, you're doing all of the tactical sort of thing. So I think that's a really great combination of ideas here, like a Star Wars tactical sort of shooter RPG thing, and I'm kind of surprised it hasn't been done before. So hopefully this one does really well. Are you interested in this one at all, Musum? Have you seen anything on this one?
I think I don't know that I ever want to play a Star Wars game again.
I think that's fair. Sure.
Like I'll watch the shows as they come out, but they just don't go very high up on my list.
If that ship has sailed on like the N64 days.
Yeah, like this is you said tactical, like this is the XCOM one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That probably would be pretty fun now that you put it that way. If it were on like Game Pass or something, I might.
Right.
Might check it out if I have the time.
It'll be on Super Sale. It's an EA game, so it'll like in a couple of months it'll be on Super Sale anyway, so like you probably don't have to wait too long. So I'm hoping this one does really well, because I think this is like the chocolate and peanut butter, where it's like, yeah, okay, why haven't we been doing that? Why isn't this like the 5th game in the series of a beloved like tactical shooter RPG thing? Like, should we do more of these?
Honestly, I'm surprised more franchises haven't grabbed that genre. Like, it seems like it would fit for just about anything.
Yep, 100%. And last but certainly not least, here we have Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. Comes out August 28th for the Switch 2. This is kind of a... I thought this was the like Game of the Year edition plus a whole ton of extra stuff. It doesn't seem to be. It is Elden Ring plus the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion, so it is kind of the complete thing. And then, quote, a new armor and horse appearance customization features. So you can customize your horse if you really want. So not really the giant leap here that I was expecting it to be, but I think all of Elden Ring on the Switch 2 is probably a sales pitch enough for most people, especially if you haven't played it before. So that seems cool. I'm just hoping it runs well. I'm sure it'll look, again, like we talked about before, it'll probably look a little bit worse than some of the other stuff, which is probably kind of just a given for the Switch. Same with the Steam Deck. It'll probably run a little bit slower anyway, or look a little bit worse, but having Elden Ring on a portable thing sounds pretty cool. As much as I have not yet played Elden Ring. I did promise Moon that if I could find a copy of Elden Ring for cheap, that I would play that on stream at some point. So I will be doing that at some point, because I will keep up my promise, but I think this trailer for Elden Ring is probably the most I've ever seen of this game, other than watching a long play when we were talking about you playing it. So you could see the world's last person to play Elden Ring on stream at some point. Yeah, I don't, I feel kind of badly because I'm fairly sure I would like this game, but we were talking about this earlier with Beast of Reincarnation. These kind of games just don't really gel with me that much. I played Demon's Souls on the PS3. I got in day one on that, and I had that experience, and I was like, all right, I think I'm kind of one and done on the whole the whole genre. I really
Yeah,
liked that, and I think I'm good. But maybe Elden
that
Ring will
is
do it.
that is how I felt about it. The Demon Souls was the only one I beat. Like I wound up buying, a couple copies of the Dark Souls and what was it, Bloodborne.
Right,
But Bloodborne was just too. It's just not a style of combat I can be good at. So,
right,
or at
right.
least I'm not going to take the time to be good at it. And I like kind of the Metroidvania-ness. Maybe Metroidvania is the wrong thing, but Dark Souls very much had that map thing of, oh, you just unlock this weird thing that somehow magically takes you back to the start or magically
Yeah,
opens kind of this
you open up
path.
a
Like
shortcut by kicking down a
yeah,
bridge or something.
I enjoyed that. I really
Yeah,
dislike the combat and the grind is the problem.
right, right.
And granted, Elder Scrolls fixes a lot of that. Like a lot of the horse combat is very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you're not allowed to take the horse inside a dungeon. So
Ah, bummer. He's my buddy. I want him to go with me. He can hang out.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all of our releases. All 30 of the releases that are coming out this month. August looks like it is completely packed for releases all over the place. Mostly, I think of games trying to get out before GTA 6 comes out later this year. So that good luck to all video games, I think. All right, that's all of our news releases we have this week, which means that's the end of our episode. Before we go, though, Musim, why don't you tell everyone where we can find you online?
You can find me at my Linktree, linktr.ee/John Musim, John, or JOHNMUSIM. And also, October 2nd, I'm playing Fayetteville. So if you want to go to that, go Google the Gloom Collective.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also going to be links to it on one of my music sites. I think I did it so that it will show up on my streaming sites. It just may take a day or two to show up there, but I
Yeah,
know it shows up on my band.
I
Yep.
got an email from Bandcamp this morning about the announcement, so go check out
Oh,
his
perfect.
Bandcamp and go buy some good music over there too.
Please, I need to. I gotta order shirts for the show.
Yeah,
I need the money.
that's right. You can find all my stuff at jansten.com, jansten.com. I am a variety streamer, and I stream every weekday 9 a.m. to around noon Pacific, depending on the day. So if you want to see me playing a whole bunch of stuff, you can check that out over there. And if you want to see my long play of Truck-kun is supporting me from another world, Strange Scaffold's new game, I have that over on my YouTube channel as well, linked over there at jansten.com. Another plug here for our Patreon page, patreon.com/E1M1 or E1M1.cash. I think that's it for this month. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening and watching. We'll see you all next month. Bye.
Bye.